Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am here today to go over my January budget closeout. So I hope you guys are interested in seeing what I did with my finances throughout the month of January. I know that this is the last week of January, but I wanted to go ahead on and close everything out. Pretty much all of the money from my three incomes have been either spent, saved, or cash stuffed. So wanted to go ahead on and close out the month of January. If you're new here, I want to say welcome to my channel where I do quite a bit of financial things. I do mostly now in the year 2025, I do a lot of cash stuffing in my sinking funds because this year I'm using my sinking funds to help fund the things that events and things that we have going on in our lives. I'm a mom of three, and I have been budgeting and cash budgeting for a few years. And what I've noticed is there's some things that not really catch me by surprise, because some of these things I am aware of, and I'm just not, in the past years, I haven't been able to like prepare and save for them. Not even just like a little bit. So I wanted to start this year with something different and start to look throughout the months and prepare for events, certain bills that are going to be taking place throughout 2025. So I am using cash stuffing sinking funds to get that started. So you guys can check out my sinking funds videos. But today we're going to go ahead and close out the month of January. I hope you guys are doing well. We have had, let me see, by the time you guys see this video, we would have gone through, I think it was a total of 2 winter storms. The first one was mostly ice. In the second week, we experienced more snow. So we've been in the house for about a week. Just, schools have been closed, and it was hard for my sister to go out to work because of the roads. I work from home, so it was no big deal for me here. The only change is that everyone was home with me. So that was a little bit of a challenge. But we're here today to close everything out. So let's go ahead on and get started. This is just a spreadsheet that I have created and just added some color to it. So we're going to go right into it. So with my setup, we discussed, and I want to kind of do it like this, hoping you guys can see everything. So my income goal was $4,946. That amount does not include my tithe giving and saving for the new home that me and the kiddos will be moving into. So that amount does not include those deductions or those amounts. So in my categories, I broke everything down, and this is kind of what I do. So for my house bills, I put everything together for my setup and my monthly closeout just for these videos. Now, I do a paycheck by paycheck breakdown and budget with me and all of that, but I just don't post that on my YouTube videos this year. So everything that I am responsible for, we live with my sister, so I do help out in categories and things like that. So everything that I'm responsible for, which also includes, of course, my truck and my truck monthly note, is all included into the house bills. And the house bills also includes me and the kiddos' cell phone bills. So this is not just house related. These are pretty much my fixed expenses or my fixed bills. So that's why the number is so high in that category, because I group everything together. Like I said, I do break things out in my paycheck to paycheck budget. So I am doing that off air or offline. But when I get ready to share with you all my monthly setup and my monthly close, it's just on one row. So just want to make sure everybody is clear with that. So that amount I budgeted for $2,466. I think I want to back up, and I think I want to go ahead on and share with you all my actual. So my actual increase where I was able to put in this budget is $4,966. That's an additional $20, of which I am grateful for. Every little bit counts. Of course, this amount as well does not include my tithe, my giving, or my house savings. Okay, so I was able to give myself $20 extra this month outside of those three categories. Okay, so for the house bills, now that we discussed what's included in my house bills, I budgeted for $24.66. My actual was $23.71. I think you guys are still able to see that. Okay, this will be easier for me to do now. The next category is variable expenses. This does include my grocery, my truck gas, little ins and outs and things that we're doing in my variable expenses, which does fluctuate. I am actually I wrote down some things that I wanted to, really explain to you all my categories. I think that'll help everyone understand how I set up and close out my monthly budget. So in my variable expenses, like I said, it does have my groceries, my gas, any drive-through money that I may have, and just little ins and outs. Now, I do have my youngest, I do have a son. He's my youngest. And so in this category here, I do budget out for his haircut. Just want to kind of say that. So my variable expenses, I budgeted $1,250. However, I only used $1,170 for this month. So that was really good. I'm going to scoot up and then continue to slide down. Okay. Sinking funds. I did budget it out $480. I was able to put towards my sinking funds $540. Now, let me explain to you all my sinking funds. My sinking funds does have basically two separate categories. So the first category would be my dated. My dated sinking funds are things that will have a cutoff date. For example, I am saving to get my family, actually me and the kids, actually just the kids Valentine's Day presents, something small, but I'm saving up until I think it is the first week of February. And so when that Valentine's Day date comes, I won't be saving up for Valentine's Day for 2025 anymore. I may start on 2026 maybe, but not right now. But things like Valentine's Day, something else will have a dated would be my truck registration has a date. Once I reach the deadline that I have set for myself, I'm going to stop putting money in that for 2025. Something else would be a dated. Oh, my second daughter will be attending her first prom, which is her junior prom. Once I reach my cutoff date for savings for that sinking fund, that would be it. So there are some things that have dated amounts or not amounts, but they're scheduled to be completed. So I have a deadline for those. That's a sinking fund. And then also my revolving sinking funds would be something like clothes and shoes. I am putting money aside for when my kids need clothes and when they need shoes. Other things that it's more like a revolving would be, oh goodness, I always forget like my revolvings. It would be something like, The spring break envelope that I'm saving for, that's a revolving. The summer envelope is a revolving. Don't really have like a cutoff time for that, even though summer ends, basically around September. But that's kind of like a revolving. So those are the revolving things. And then also for sinking funds, I have my low priority and my high priority, where my high priority is something important like a truck repairs. That is a revolving, but it is high priority because I want to go ahead on and save a certain amount for when my truck needs maintenance work done. And that maintenance work, it's coming up soon. So I've got a couple of issues. So I'm saving for that. So that's where my sinking funds come in. And that's why that amount is pretty large, because I am preparing for what happens in my life throughout the year, my life and my children's lives throughout the year. So just wanted to explain that a little bit more. All right, here comes debt. Now, I had a debt that I wanted to pay off in December, and I was not able to get that paid off in December. But you all, I am so glad and so grateful to God because I was able to pay off a debt that was $500. So I want to say, yay, clap my hands and give God praise for that. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus, because I was able to pay off a debt. Now, I did make a note here. I paid off this debt. However, I've got a few more to go. So I've got a couple more debts that I need to tackle that you all will see me update every month. But I at least wanted to share with you all that I was able to pay that debt off. I was trying to get it done in December, but there was a couple of things going on in December, of course, and that was one of the main things was Christmas. So I was able to in January get that bill and that debt taken care of. So I'm so grateful. Savings. Now, savings, I budgeted $100. I was able to save $95 in my savings account. So that was just a wonderful thing. I'm only $5 shy of my budgeted goal, but that's okay. I was able to save $95 towards my savings account. And so I'm really fine with that. Not a problem. Emergency fund. And this is my emergency fund and my cash binder. That's my black binder that I am using this year to save and buff up and really strengthen my emergency fund. Want to make sure that I have an emergency fund money stashed away. So when I need it, the money is there. So I like doing cash stuffings for that and savings challenges for my emergency fund. So I wanted to do that. So I was able to save in my cash emergency fund $100. And my next category is others, other expenses, which is a cushion in my at the bank, over in my bank, and I budgeted $50 for it, but I was only actually able to put just over into an extra checking account an additional $40 this month, which is perfectly fine. It's just a catch-all. Nothing major. Wanted to really just kind of put some money in there if I need anything, if I forgot anything, if the kids needed something, I had that extra $40 there. And the last thing that I did not put in my budget setup for January was my Christmas 2025. I'm not sure if I remember saying that I was going to include it or not, but while I was thinking about it today, I wanted to hold myself accountable and just give an update on Christmas for 2025. Christmas 2025 is something that I really am seriously wanting to save for early. You will see separate videos on saving early for Christmas 2025. I want to do that. Last year, Christmas was good, was fine. I did the only last minute shopping that I did was stocking stuffers, and it was really fine. I cash flowed that. But this year, I want to grab everything and budget out for Christmas 2025 this year. So didn't put anything in the budget setup, but I was able to save in January $150. So I am so very proud of myself for that. That actual column that you see is the total of my actual income, $4,966, of which 500 of that, y'all, was a debt payoff. And I am just proud of myself. I am doing what I consider being a good steward of what God has blessed me with. And so I wanted to share my closeout for January. I so look forward to starting in February in just a couple of weeks, actually. So January is going by quickly. We've had some ice, we've had some snow, and so I think we're good. I am really ready for spring. So yeah, this is what I am actually looking forward to. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video gave you some tips and ideas on how to start your monthly budget, setting up and closing out. I hope that my video gave you some ideas as to what to do within your monthly budget. And then it gave me an opportunity to explain to you what my categories mean to me. And that is so very important, that you cater your budget to your lifestyle. You make sure that you are doing what it takes for your budget, for your life. So that's how I do my budget. And so I hope that this helps you in any way. You guys, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.